And good Saturday morning. And I know, I'm extremely late this morning as we begin our broadcast of going over headlines from the area. But I had to, we had an incident that I needed to make sure was correct. It sounded bad, and then in the end, it was nothing to it. And what I'm saying is you have someone report a crime, and then it sounds really horrible if something happened. Well, it turns out it wasn't true. As I spoke to police a minute ago, someone made up a story. You ever heard of that? I think in the end, you had someone that was going to be late getting home and was more or less scared of their wife. Had to have a little alibi before they got there. So we got that straightened out, and no one was robbed. It sounded serious, and it didn't happen. That's why I'm late. I wanted to make sure that we were right on the information before we went live. And that is little Ellie, who has joined me in the studio this morning, barking in the background. She just doesn't know how to contain herself. Good morning. How are you? Right now, we're already up to 80. Ellie, come here, girl. She's attacking her older sister, Sophie, if you wonder why the noise is that. Y'all need to go somewhere. Behave, girls. They just can't help it. 80 degrees as we're waking up today for a high of 92 later this afternoon. No chances of rain. Can you believe that? It's going to be a warm day, so we should enjoy it, and that's going to happen today and tomorrow. We'll go over your forecast here in just a moment to get you updated with everything that's going on. How are y'all? Lonnie, good to see you there. Jeff Dean is joining us. Ann Murphy, how are you? Glad to see everybody there. Stapleton, Alabama, joining us. Also, Lois Garrett. I'm sorry. I said that wrong, didn't I? I glanced sideways. All right, as we get into today, let's go over a few things that we know did happen. This was released yesterday afternoon in the state of Mississippi. And the northern portion of Mississippi, you never know when someone will end up. But if we go to the Mississippi Delta, this could affect that as we get the news that an escaped convict has made it out of Arkansas into the state of Mississippi. This is the gentleman here. Let's pull up his picture so you get a good look at this. Now, this is the area. Let me pull this across here as you look at this. Right here is where the prison was. East Arkansas Regional Unit, just across west of Tunica. From my understanding, the gentleman grabbed a boat, paddled across, and has made it to Mississippi, is what the Sheriff's Department believes. He is believed to be armed and dangerous, across the Mississippi River in a boat. He fired a weapon at the Arkansas correctional officers. If you come in contact with him, his name is Samuel Hartman. Do not approach him. Call law officials immediately. And that goes for anywhere in the state of Mississippi, most likely in the northern portion, but this was yesterday around lunch. A person can travel to anywhere in the state of Mississippi by now. So we want you to be aware of that and do that. We've got that on our page. A lot of you have shared it. Do so others in the state, no matter where you are, can know about it. Could have just as easily made his way to the Mississippi Gulf Coast. You never know where someone will end up. We had an accident last night, Highway 494, as we go here to take a look at the map. This was a single vehicle accident, Highway 494. If you'll leave, here's Collinsville here, Collinsville Road. This would be in the curve here. A Jeep ran off the road and hit a tree. Emergency officials worked several hours to get that all straightened out. We don't know the condition of the person at this point. We do hope all is okay. Jeep hitting a tree is never good. Hurt your head for sure. So we hope everybody is okay on that as the morning light comes by. And a big thank you to all of our folks that stay up half the night helping folks when they get into trouble. We do appreciate y'all, the emergency responders that do that. Now, I've had several mentions, and as always, we have this problem. It doesn't matter what city you're from. It's criminals are criminals, but we have a lot of this happens in our area to where they go door to door of your cars and take things. This time we're going to go to Frontage Road area. As we pull this up, we had a lot of activity through here last night, anywhere along here on North Frontage Road. As we look at this, more or less so here. Wait a minute. We're in the wrong direction. Let me go back here. This would be, I need to go down one more exit. Right in here is where our issues were. Right along in here. The hotel's an area in this way. They were making their way trying to go through cars last night. If you were in that area for any reason, check out your car, make sure everything is okay. Not far from there, as we go up through here, let's follow this map, and we get right over in here. A cell phone business was broken into last night. No word yet on how much they got or what they got away with. I'm sure they were after phones, but they did break into a local business in that area. Criminals. Oregon Police Department is investigating that this morning as the day starts. Had a little fire also in Collinsville yesterday, and I thought at first it was not that big of a deal, but the more I talked to firefighters and what went on with this was pretty large. As we go out to Twiddly Branch yesterday, a skid steer. That's one of these little pieces of equipment caught on fire. It burned to the ground. I just didn't realize just how hot that they could get and how dangerous that is with all the fuel and all of the fluids that are in there. Took a little while to get that fire extinguished there to where it was didn't catch anything else on fire, but it was a hot, blazing fire. Everybody was okay. That was in the 8800 block of Twiddly Branch Road. Again, everybody okay, but that happened yesterday afternoon as well. We go to Slidell because this touches our hearts. We like to know what's going on in other portions of the nation. And just across the state line, we go to Slidell, Louisiana to take a look at this. As one of the canines that protect those, Kano was his name, has passed away in the line of duty in the Slidell Police Department. Always touching to lose such an animal as that protects and serves the country. Another thing that has happened, this gained a lot of information. Not a lot of information. Notoriety, is that the word for it? It was pushed out in the state of Mississippi, and it did sound bad until you got the rest of the story, as Paul Harvey would tell us. A Mississippi Highway Patrol officer pulled over someone. They were handcuffed. And the video that originally came out sounded horrible, that the state trooper may have done something wrong. Well, you can only believe half of what you see, and then after you saw the entire video, the state trooper handled the situation right. He's been cleared of all wrong. This was near McComb, Mississippi. He had pulled someone over. Another carload of people come up, tried to interfere. It was an officer taking on 3 different people. The person in handcuffs was resisting kicking. Watch the whole video. It's about 40 minutes long. It will clear the officer in the end of any wrongdoing. And I have to say this, I don't care if it's a Mississippi Highway Patrol, Alabama State Trooper that is watching, or if it's a city patrolman. No matter what law enforcement agency, it takes a special person to be a law enforcement officer. I tip my hat to y'all. Y'all face so many encounters that the average person just really doesn't understand. 1 man against 3 is hard. You make traffic stops night and day, risking your life for what you do. And if you'll watch this, it's clearly as to what happened. Y'all check that out when you get a chance. I've got it listed on our page where you can watch the entire video there on Facebook. As we go back to the Ole Miss case, as we learn more about this of Jimmy Lee, the student that is presumed dead, that was a student at Ole Miss, the body is still missing. One arrest made on this. As we get into this, police are letting the LGBT community know that there is no threat to them. And your first thought was this a hate crime? What was going on here? Is there someone that is stalking? The gentleman that's been arrested, we've gotten very little information on him. We did find out through court hearings that a dog identified that there had been a body in his apartment in a van. No body right now. As we find more about this, and all of this is alleged at this point until proven in court, but it turns out the police are saying that the 2 males may have been involved in a relationship. Something gone wrong there. We'll wait to find out more as this goes to court to see exactly what's going on with it. That's what we know. We pass along condolences to a former Mississippi Highway Patrol chief. He has passed away. He served from 1988 until 1992. We passed along, that was during Ray Mavis's reign as governor when he served in that commission there. We pass along condolences to his family, to David Huggins, passed away this week. A lot of people remember him for the job he done. Crawford, Mississippi. If you're not from the northern part watching this, those folks that watch us around Macon and Northwood, Columbus, and those areas know the area very well. Crawford, Mississippi. If you've been to Mississippi State, you've gone through there. Someone was killed there this week. They were walking down the road and were struck by an 18-wheeler. 37-year-old Thomas C. Brown, Jr. of Crawford has been identified as the person being hit. It happened around 4 a.m. on Highway 45 there on the alternate route there. Horrible situation there. We don't know if he was in the middle of the roadway. It doesn't give us details on that. But a person has lost their life there in the Crawford area if you go through there. Tragedy. No other way to do this. As we look to Booneville, Mississippi, a police officer and the police department is being sued by a lady that claims that she was assaulted by a on-duty policeman, a sexual assault. We don't know all of this. It will go to court, but he was not terminated, and he wasn't suspended. Tells us maybe they didn't find any wrongdoing. This will head to court. Maybe there's more to it than we know. As always, you don't until it reaches court and more details come out. We don't want to jump to conclusion on anything, but that's the headlines as we find that this morning. 2 people, a man and a woman, have been killed in the Jackson, Mississippi area. Our first case would be Christopher Robbins. His body was found in the 2700 block of Terry Road. And then also, second person, 45-year-old Elena Allen, was shot and killed in the 700 block of University Boulevard this week in Jackson. One murder after another in Jackson, Mississippi. We'll leave it at that. Let's see, a man's been arrested in Mississippi after a traffic stop. Why? They might have found some other things, some drugs, and $350,000 in cash money on him. Happened in Lee County after they made a traffic stop. They've seized those funds, I'm sure. If it's drug money, it'll be used later for purchasing police equipment. We all know how that works. Forfeiture. Two suspects are in custody as we look. It's Calhoun County is where we go on this. Thank goodness this was foiled. Nothing more of it, but 2 students had guns at school, and that was Calhoun County. All is safe now. They've been arrested. They ran as police came up on the situation. They were later caught. Have y'all paid attention to this? This came out yesterday, and I glanced at it. And then as the day progressed, I went back. New York, a man was on stage, a writer, given more or less addressing a crowd about his book. He was attacked and stabbed multiple times, 15 times. Odds are he's going to lose an eye. He's in serious condition. He's on a ventilator at this point. A famous writer. Now, I don't know much about writers and who is who, but Arthur Sir Salman Rushdie, he's a 75-year-old man, and I may have mispronounced his name. It's not a deep Southern name, so I sometimes mess those up. It looks like that's horrible on stage. This increasingly people getting attacked on stage. It will be to the point there has to be 100 stages surrounded by security, no matter who is talking as we move forward in the United States. It's almost as if no one is safe anymore. We watch the ongoing saga with Donald Trump, don't we? That's a big one going on right now. Trump's lawyers are demanding to know who signed the warrant and why. Well, I think they do now know who signed it. It's the judge that recused himself from the Hillary case. There's a lot of speculation going on this. We don't know all of this as well. As we said, as you have to get to the bottom of things. Headlines sometimes are misleading. We don't know the whole truth. FBI agents did raid the home of Donald Trump. This will either make him bigger if they have no evidence, or it will sink him if something were true. We'll wait and see what happens there. As we glance around, let's see what's going on. Arizona, they're not waiting anymore. As they wait for the border wall, as many people cross the border, they're bringing in containers now and welding them to shut up this hole that is still there. As you look at this, this is the scene of it as they're taking matters into their own hand, as they take these, double stack them, and they're welding them together to stop the flow of traffic of illegal aliens entering the United States. We've got a problem. Washington is finally starting to see after Texas has started busing these folks into the Washington area. Getting a little taste of what Arizona, Texas, and these areas see every day. We got your forecast here in just a moment. We'll let you know exactly how sunny it's going to be and how long it will last. All that's next, all coming up right here at the Scotty Ray Report. If you're getting ready to purchase land, make sure you have it surveyed. Contact our friends at the Woodlands Group. Maybe you're selling land, dividing land up. Whatever the case is, the Woodlands Group can help you there. They handle residential and commercial clients. And again, they specialize in property line location, site plans, and a whole lot more. Maybe you have a construction project, and they have the latest equipment to make sure it's done right, including drones. Call Justin Palmer or Brandon Briggs at the Woodlands Group, Surveying Solutions.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, day beds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
Hope your Saturday morning is treating you well. Already 26 minutes after the hour as we go to take a look at Meridian Honda radar as we pull that up this morning. Clear across the state of Mississippi. Doesn't that look good? It absolutely does. We are showing some showers here around Pensacola here on the coast of Florida in these areas. And we've also got here some off the coast of Louisiana there in the Gulf. Oh, out here off the coast of Georgia. We also got some showers there as well. Nothing serious, but our area looks great today. Fog has finally burned off. We had that through about 9 o'clock this morning, areas of it. All right, let's get into our forecast a little deeper there and see what all we've got shaping up today.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
South of this area here of Meridian, down you get near Hattiesburg, as I've got showers written at the top. There's a slight chance here, but the Meridian area looks like it will be sunny. We'll get up to 92 today as we look at this, as we move across that Bama state line. And again, that line pretty much falls the same as we look here as what's going to be happening. It's going to be the southern portion of Bama down there where we saw slight showers off the coast. But around here, from Livingston, Alabama, across through Tuscaloosa, nothing but sunny weather today. You'll be able to do what you want to this weekend. It's going to be great there. Fog has burned off, as I mentioned, as we come across to look at the nation, as we're cooler right now. This stretches back all the way to Nevada here as we look at Texas. Heat wave developing out here in California, making its way towards us. We'll watch that over the next 6 to 10 days. Here's our outlook for today and the weekend for a week here, a glimpse at what we've got shaping. 91 today is what we'll get, 91 to 92. Tonight, we'll get down to about 70 degrees, 93 tomorrow. Sunshine again. By Monday, we start seeing the increase of rain move back in, and by Tuesday, it's there, 40%. And for the remainder of the week, we'll hit at about 60% chance of showers each day in that forecast through Friday. So the beginning of the week looks great, and then we've got these rain chances that jump back into the forecast. As we move ahead through the 27th, still not seeing any 90-degree weather. We're still hovering in the upper 80s, anywhere from 87 to 88. That's not bad at all, is it? It's not. We kind of like that there. Slight chances of rain each day, but nothing horrible there. So we look at this. Now, as we pay attention, we go to the Mississippi, the Gulf here. Off the Gulf here as we pull this up to take a look. This is going to be off the coast of Louisiana, and it's moving toward Texas. Only a 10% chance of something developing on this. We'll watch this later this week back off here across the coast of Africa. Maybe it will propose a threat to the Gulf later. Nothing much happening here. 10% chance. This is kind of just making its way with some rain toward the coast of Texas. As we look ahead here, the fishing forecast today, first major time was before daylight. You'll get another time this morning at 10. And this afternoon around 3 o'clock is your best time. 3 to 5 if you're going to be hitting the water, getting ready to fish. It's going to be a calm wind becoming west-southwest around 5 miles an hour by late this afternoon. And that's a quick look at headlines and weather affecting our area. As always, we'll be here to walk you through anything that happens. Sunshine, we'll leave you alone on that. But should some other things come up, we'll post it. We'll let you know what's going on in our area as it becomes an issue. Thank y'all so much for being a part of this. We appreciate you. And as always, we'll be back with more information as needed here at the Scotty Ray Report. Have a great sunny weekend, and we'll be back again. Right now, already 80 as you're waking up on this Saturday morning.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.